Live from Uasin Gishu with an update on what's happening where he is.
Well, good morning to you, Samuel. Perhaps in retrospect, Sam, just last week on Thursday, an incident was reported within Uasin Gishu County. A police officer attached to Nairobi police station failed to report at work, and when her colleagues went at her home to check what was happening, they found the police officer dead. Upon that, Joroge is that the county police commander, that is Mr. Johnson Ipara, did commit that the police were going to make sure that the perpetrator of that heinous act was put behind custody. And of course, true to his word, on Friday, a suspect was arrested in Nakuru, and this morning he has been arraigned in Eldoret. Perhaps what's important to mention, Sam, is that the man behind, of course, the suspect behind the murder is one Joshua King Ongagi, and of course he's been arraigned this morning. But of course, when he was being arraigned, there is something we noted, Sam, that the man was walking wobbly. He could even barely walk. He was being supported by police officers, and from the inside information we've had from police is that upon committing the act, of course that is according to the police, he switched off his phone, tried to commit suicide by taking a poisonous chemical before seeking medical attention at one of the hospitals in Nakuru. This is the point where the hospital alerted the police that someone had come in, of course, with his phone switched off, and he was seeking medication after taking that particular chemical. And then it's at this point in time that the police came in and, of course, discovered that that was the man indeed they were looking for to answer some questions behind the killing of this officer. Of course, he has not recuperated well, and when he was arraigned this morning before the deputy registrar in Eldoret, she did order that Mr. King be taken to Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital for more further medication, and tomorrow morning be brought back to court if at all he'll be any better than what we've seen him this morning. So it's a story that we'll be keeping tabs just to see what will be the conclusion of the police officers. But of course, from a number of the police officers we've talked to, they're saying that they have a concrete case. They have every reason to believe that Mr. Joshua could be the man behind the killing of a police constable based at Nairobi police station sometime last week. So tomorrow morning we'll be back here again, Sam, just to see what will be whether the accused will take plea, or perhaps the officer will be seeking more time again to conclude their investigation. Sam.
Thank you so much, Timothy Simwa, for that update live from Uasin Gishu. Definitely a story to keep tabs on, and we bring you more details as and when we have them right here at K24 TV. Now, behind me is Council of Governors Chair Wycliffe Oparanya. He's addressing the press from the Supreme Court buildings, and we expected the court to give an advisory on the legal issues of Dora. Let's listen in.
Issues that we have raised with the Supreme Court, if they are not addressed, then counties are likely to suffer again come next year when it comes to allocation of division of revenue. However, we respect that what the Supreme Court has decided, that we come here on and follow the two houses will have 5, and then we will be able to be, because what is crucial to us, we are hard in issues that we have raised. Although we are very uncomfortable in all this time, but that's their work. We will be patient.
Sawa, kwa lugha ya Kiswahili ya kusikiza kesi kuhusu mgao wa pesa. Hiyo tayari ishakuwa imejadiliwa kati ya Senate na National Assembly. Ile imebaki sasa ni Senate kutengeneza ile mswada wa pili wa mgao sasa wa pesa kwa counties. Kile kimetuleta hapa sisi kama governors ni kufuatilia zile hoja muhimu ambazo tuliweza kuwakilisha kwa Supreme Court yale masala muhimu ambayo kulingana na sisi yasipojadiliwa na kusuluhishwa haraka, basi yatatuingiza katika hali hii inapofika mwaka ujao. Kama mnavyojua, ile desturi ya kutengeneza budget ishaanza. Kawaida inaanza mwezi wa 9 na inakamilika mwezi wa 6, na tayari ishaanza. Kwa hiyo hofu yetu ni kwamba uamuzi upatikana haraka, basi huenda ikawa tena Wakenya katika kaunti zote watakuwa katika hali hii mwaka ujao. Lakini hatuwezi kushurutisha mahakama, lakini matarajio yetu ni kwamba mahakama pengine ingemaliza hoja hii haraka, ili tusiingie tena katika utata mwingine. Tumekuja hapa, matarajio yetu yamegeuka kwamba bunge imewasilisha preliminary objection ya mahakama isiweze kusikiza hiyo hoja. Nadhani wao wanafikiria ni hoja ya pesa, lakini sisi haja yetu ni zile mambo zingine ambazo, hoja zingine ambazo za kikatiba ambazo tulikuwa tunaulizia zisuluhishwe. Na yetu tu ni kuomba kwamba mahakama isichukue muda mrefu sana kutatua jambo hili.
When you're from Metropole TV, now that we've seen the 216 billion investment agreement, what comes next? And then also, when can you expect?
Repeat again.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what next after Senate's decision to approve the 216 billion?
Yes.
And then, when can we expect to see budget from the counties?
You see, the issue is that already the 316 has already passed through the process in the two houses. Then there is the second level, where now the Senate is mandated to distribute that money amongst the counties. Yeah. So that is what we are waiting for, and I think we are looking at that issue this afternoon. After that, then it will wait for the assent of the president. As soon as the assent of the president is obtained, then we will be able to get money to the counties. Yeah, and that has nothing to do with what has brought us here. We knew after a decision at the National Assembly and the Senate, we will be able to get money. What we are requesting that process should be as fast as possible, so that by the end of this week, at least counties start getting money. But of course, we have basic operations using our own funds, because our own funds are not affected by this process. It is the shareable revenue that is affected. So basic issues we are able to meet from our own funds. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much.
So it's very clear.
All right, thank you, thank you. Legal, okay. Sorry.
Well, that is the Council of Governors chairperson, Bungoma County Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, yes, together with Kisii County Governor James Ongwae. They appear not to be so comfortable at the pace this issue is taking in court. But remember, the Chief Justice David Maraga did tell them the last time they were in court that this is more of a parliamentary process than it will be a legal process, and that is why he actually advised that they evoke or they rely on Article 113 of the Constitution that provides for mediation between these two houses so that a solution is arrived at when it comes to the Division of Revenue Allocation Bill 2019-2020. Governors still had talked about, counties coming to a standstill beginning today. If at all, there will be no direction, no improvement in the status quo with DORA 2019-2020. That has since improved because the National Assembly and the Senate were able to agree on 316.5 billion Kenya shillings to be channeled to the counties. But moving forward, there is a sort of insisting that the framework, the legal framework around the share of revenue between the national government and the county government needs to be relooked at. And that is why the Council of Governors remains to be adamant in the legal advisory opinion that will be given by the Supreme Court on the legal issues that ensue, courtesy of this piece of legislation that actually facilitates a share of revenue between the national government and the county government. So definitely a story that will keep shaping headlines within the next foreseeable future. And Kipchumba Murkomen, that is the majority leader in the Senate, did talk about a Senate commencing its sittings and giving this issue a priority such that come next year, Kenya will not be held hostage, or at least devolution will not be held hostage, courtesy of this particular stalemate. Now let's move on to a local update as of now, where the Teacher Service Commission has dispatched its commissioners to 6 regions to hear disciplinary cases against teachers. The 6 commissioners will hear 51 cases of teachers engaging in sex with learners and of corporal punishment. TSC received 1,000 cases of indiscipline among teachers this year, with majority of the cases relating to teachers having sex with their students. The hearing starts today and will end on Friday. Yet another story that we're following up for you as of now is that 12 MPs have been lined up for state awards to be dished out by President Uhuru Kenyatta during this year's Mashujaa Day. The lawmakers and 3 other parliamentary staff will be fitted with Chief of the Order of the Burning Spear Awards, that is CBS. They are MPs Kanini Kega of Kieni, Kareke Mbiuki of Mara, Rachel Nyamai, Joseph Limo, Sophia Nur, Junet Mohammed, Christopher Omulele, and Millie Othiambo. Senators Susan Kihika and Aaron Cheriot, together with Stewart Madzayo and Mutula Kilonzo, are also on the list. National Assembly Clerk Michael Sialai, is also tipped for the CBS Award, and Deputy Senate Clerk Mohammed Ali Mohammed and Parliament's Deputy Clerk Jeremiah Ndobi have been nominated for the Elder of the Order of the Burning Spear Award. Members of the public have been invited to give their views and reservations, if any, about the nominees to the Honours Advisory Committee by Wednesday this week. So that is the local update that we have for you as of now. And remember, hashtag K24 Daily Brief at K24 TV at Sam W. Njoroge. Let's now take you to the international front, where oil prices hit their highest in 4 months after 2 attacks on Saudi Arabian facilities on Saturday knocked out more than 5% of the global supply. At the start of trading, Brent crude jumped 19% to 71.95 US dollars a barrel, but later eased back slightly after US President Donald Trump authorized the release of US reserves. It could take weeks before the Saudi facilities are fully back online, and the drone attacks on plants in the heartland of Saudi Arabia's oil industry included hitting the world's biggest petroleum processing facility. The US has accused Iran of being behind the attacks. And closer home, at least 34 people are feared drowned after a boat sank on the River Congo. Police said 76 passengers were rescued from the boat, which was traveling to DR Congo's capital Kinshasa from Maidombe province north of the city. The cause of the accident is not yet known, but it is unlikely that passengers were equipped with life jackets. Accidents on the waterways are common in DR Congo often caused by overloading and unsafe vessels. Elsewhere is that at least 12 people have drowned and dozens of others missing after a sightseeing boat capsized on a swollen river in southern India. The vessel was carrying 61 people, 50 passengers and 11 crew members, all of them Indian nationals, when it capsized on the Godavari River on Sunday. A search operation was underway with rescue teams, including drivers and a helicopter scouring the river to find the missing people. Those are some of the stories that are making headlines in as far as the international front is concerned, but we continue to monitor events not only locally within the region and beyond, and we'll keep updating you as and when we've got issues that are developing from these particular fronts. However, for now, let's take you to the Supreme Court, and here is what the Supreme Court had to say on the direction it will give on the advisory on the legal issues that ensue from the 2019-2020 Division of Revenue Allocation Bill.
We have Mr. Issa Mansour and Peter Wanyama. For the amicus curiae, the Law Society of Kenya, we have Mr. Steve Ogola. Mr. Law Society of Kenya, Mr. Steve Ogola. For the interested parties, for the Commission for Revenue Allocation, we have myself, Kamodha Waiganjo, and Mr. Alan Kigen. For the Speaker of the Senate, we have Ms. Thanji and Mr. Angaya. We have Emmanuel Bitter for the Attorney General and the Controller of Budget. And then for the Speaker of the National Assembly, we have Sheriff Mwendwa, Sam Mwendwa, for the Speaker of the National Assembly. I believe that's a full quorum. Much obliged.
I didn't get the one for amicus.
That's Steve Ogola for the Law Society of Kenya.
Yes.
My lords, my lady, we have a new entrant, Mr. Nderito, for the TISA, the Institute of Social Accountability. Thank you. And Ochiel for Katiba Institute. Ochiel for Katiba Institute, and Mr. Nderito for TISA, for the Institute of TISA for Social Accountability, one of the interested parties. Katiba is Ochiel. Mr. Ochiel. Yeah, Ochiel, yes. Finally, Mr. Kirago Kimani, also acting for the Attorney General, together with Mr. Bitter.
Good morning, Honorable Chief Justice and judges of the Supreme Court. My lords, this mention was to come and appraise the court on the outcome of the mediation process and to take directions on the hearing of the reference. My lords, the mediation process was finalized by the committees set up by the National Assembly as well as the Senate, and instructions are that the bill, after the outcome of that, the bill will be presented before the Senate, I believe, today morning in the special sitting in Kitui County. But, my lords, that only resolves the legislative process as directed by the Supreme Court. My lords, in terms of the issues that we had framed by the 47 counties for consideration by this court, my lords, it is a respectful position that those issues are still live for determination. My lords, would be grateful if the court would give us directions on that. The urgency that the court wanted addressed at that time was that the constitutional mediation process should first be attended to, and that has been done. And I think the outcome was in the public domain. But, my lords, the issues that we believe will address the process of enactment of the Division of Revenue Bill are still outstanding and will need consideration by the Supreme Court. Well, that's the position for the 47 county governments who are the applicants before the Supreme Court in this advisory reference.
Mr. Mansuru, we directed that upon the resolution of the issue of the amounts, you would file a report. Have you filed a report?
Well, that report was to be filed by the representatives of the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Speaker of the Senate. We had not been served as of yesterday, but I believe.
That is what was happening at the Supreme Court earlier today, and we will be letting you know of exactly what the advisory was given by the Supreme Court this morning, if at all there was any. However, for now, let's take you to Murang'a County, and here is our reporter Alfred Minor, who joins us live with an update from that region. Alfred?
Naam, asante sana Samuel Njoroge na kupata vizuri kutoka kaunti hii ya Murang'a, eneo bunge la Kiharu katika shule ya msingi ya Matongu. Na hivi leo tumeweza kutembea katika eneo hili ambapo kama unaangalia upande wangu nyuma ni kwamba hamna maji, ni moja hapo sehemu kavu katika kaunti hii ya Murang'a. Na ukosefu wa maji umekuwa sugu katika eneo hili. Na hii leo nimeweza tu kuungana na wakazi wa eneo hili. Na naweza tu kueleza mambo ambayo yanaendelea katika kaunti hii ni kwamba hapo katika weekend kumekuwa na visa vya watu wanakijiji katika eneo la Murang'a ambao wameweza kula chakula ambacho kiliwaharibikia, wakaweza kupeleka hospitalini kwa sherehe moja, na kwa sasa wameweza kuachiliwa. Na kuna tu camp ya mambo ya health ambapo inaendelea katika hospitali ya Maragwa, na imeweza kufanywa na serikali ya kaunti ya Murang'a ikiungana na madaktari kutoka Ufaransa, na wanaweza kutibu magonjwa baadhi ya magonjwa fulani. Na kwa sasa ninaweza tu kumkaribisha mwalimu katika shule hii aweze kutueleza janga la maji katika maeneo haya na jinsi wanajaribu kulikabili. Asante.
Kiswahili?
Kiswahili.
Asante sana, naitwa Peter Mwangi Gitau. Mimi ndiye mwalimu mkuu wa shule hii ya Matongu. Shule hii iko katika kaunti ya Murang'a. Gatuzi dogo ni Murang'a Mashariki, iko katika eneo la Kimathi, Gaturi Ward. Na tumekabiliwa na shida ya maji, sana sana maji ya kutumiwa na wanafunzi kwa muda. Na vile hali ilivyo kwa sasa, ninaonekana kupitia kwa mhisani mmoja tumeweza kupata mtambo ambao utatuwezesha kusafisha maji yawe safi kiasi cha kwamba ukitoka hapo hata maji kama yalikuwa chafu kiasi gani unaweza yatumia kwa kuyanywa. Na kama ilivyodhihirika hapo mbeleni, maji ambayo tunapata hapa ukiangalia yamekaa karibia kitu kama yametumika mahali pengine.
Tueleze kama mmekuwa mkitoa maji wapi na shida ya maji imekuwa ikikumba vipi?
Hapa maji kwa kupata tuseme hakuna mtu ambao uko karibu. Ule mtu ambao uko karibu nasi ni mto Mathioya, na kutoka hapa ni takriban kilomita 8. Na ule ambao tunaweza sema uko karibu sana ni mto Sagana, kutoka hapa ni kilomita 6.5. Hivyo basi yale maji tunapata sisi tunategemea maji ya mvua, yale yanaokwama kwenye mashimo. Hayo maji baada ya kukaa hapo yanabadilika mpaka rangi. Na kwa sababu hakuna chanzo kingine, hayo ndio maji ambayo tunatumia kwa mahitaji yetu hapa shuleni.
Na unaweza tu kuungana tu na mmoja ambaye ameletewa mtambo huu wa maji ili aweze kueleza tu kidogo tu jinsi ambavyo unafanya kazi na unavyoendelea.
Kwa majina ni Karanja Mbore wa Matangi, na nimetoka huku Kiharu na tuko Matongu, na ndio nataka kuonyesha vile hii maji iko. Hii maji ndio tumechota huko pale chini, na hii maji ni chafu, iko na mchanga hivi. Na kwa sababu ya hiyo kwa sababu hiyo nataka kuonyesha baada ya kutumia hiyo filter ile maji tumechota. Sasa maji ndio hiyo, iko hii maji chafu na iko hii maji mzuri. Na hii maji mzuri kabisa, hii maji mzuri kabisa kwa sababu hata ukikunywa unasikia iko safi, ni kama ile ya chupa. Alafu ile filter yenyewe inatumika ni hiki chombo. Hiki chombo ndio kinatumika, na hiki chombo ni kidogo lakini ina filter maji about 20 liters per hour. Kwa hivyo tumeleta 2 ndio anakuwa na 40 liters per hour. Asante sana.
Naam, asante sana Samuel Njoroge. Umeweza kupata kwamba wanafunzi wameweza kupokea mtambo wa kuweza kusafisha maji yao ya kunywa kila wakati. Kama hivyo kwamba maji yao ni chafu na hivi sasa unaweza kupata maji yao yakiwa safi. Kwako Samuel.
Thank you so much, Alfred Maina, for that update. The irony has been, despite Murang'a providing Nairobi with water, it still remains to have issues in as far as distribution of this critical resource is concerned, and still an issue that needs to be followed up and look for sustainable solutions in as far as that issue on water is concerned, especially in Murang'a County. Now, here is the pronouncement of the Supreme Court when it comes to the Division of Revenue Allocation Bill 2019-2020, the legal issues therein. So let's listen in.
Division of Revenue for this financial year, we direct that they file the mediation report on or before the 23rd of September 2019. We note that the Speaker of the National Assembly has raised a preliminary objection on this court's jurisdiction to entertain this matter. The parties having filed their written submissions on the issue, we shall deliver our ruling on that issue on the 8th of October 2019 at 9 a.m. That's all.
Remember, as per Article 113 of the Constitution, the Mediation Committee has 30 days to conclude its report, and they've been given up until the 23rd of this month to actually conclude that. Also, the Speaker of the National Assembly had filed a preliminary objection against the Supreme Court not to hear or adjudicate on this matter, at least until that time when the Mediation Committee will actually give its report. Now, part and parcel of what is expected to go into this report are amendments to the Public Finance Management Act, and these proposals have already been given or have already been proposed by Kimani Ichung'wah, who also chairs the National Assembly's Committee on Budget and Appropriations. So definitely it's part and parcel of the entry of Parliament within the next 8 weeks before they go for their recess for December holidays. Let's take a break at that note. When we return from the break, expect much more from this end, and our sign language interpreter this far has been Clement Muli.